We are not at
Ross
all
and
prepared.
roll? We're wicked not prepared for that.
Next week, we have to do Ross and roll. And now that it's next week, we have to use Pandora's blocks to figure out how to play a game called Ross and Roll.
Ever since like 2005, we've been making up and playing our own games.
Then last year, we created Pandora's blocks, which are these tools we use to help improvise without the pressure of pulling something out of thin air.
There's images on all sides so that when we roll them, we can use the face-up images as inspiration.
We also create a new block every single week with our fabulous artist, Logan Sutherland. Here he is, and here is the St. Patrick's Day block. That's because we forgot to use it on the week of St. Patrick's Day.
Whoops.
Quick shout out to Sam Farini for ordering one of our merch shirts. Thank you so much. That helps us keep the show going. We really appreciate it. And he got these kick butt pics in the shirt before the lockdown. We're going to try and channel the energy that Bob Ross brings. However, instead of pulling it all from Bob Ross's imagination, we're going to be pulling it from using these blocks to figure out what Bob has to put into the painting.
Are we going to start with the blocks?
I guess we'll start with the blocks to figure out the type of landscape.
Right.
A hazy meeting of the roads.
We're going to need to mix up a little bit of carbon black with some of our titanium white here to get a nice gray color. I'm going to leave that kind of streaky here. And we see here we have one lonely road and a little friend. We're going to give that a little bit of foreground color with a little bit of sap green and a little bit of that road texture we were talking about to give it that gravelly feel. Now, if you're taking too long to paint that kind of a thing, you might want to step up to a bigger brush. Now, with our magical lettering up here, every road needs a sign just to keep you sane and know exactly where you're headed. So what we're gonna do is take a little bit of this brown color, mix in, just darken that up just a little bit. It's always good to remember where your painting starts, and that was, if you recall, we had a bit of a haze going on. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take a little bit of that gray we had earlier, mix it with that nice alizarin crimson, and we're just going to start getting a little bit more of that crimson going on. A little bit of sunsetty skies. Sounds like we have another suggestion from the fans at home.
Smallish animal in the upper part of the screen.
Ah, yes. A true painting is never complete without a little friends. A lot of animals, especially ones near the streets, have a little bit of brown. So we're going to take just some of that brown that may have been cross-contaminated. Now we're going to use the edge of this little knife here to just get some nice sharp legs. Nice sharp legs, see? And see if you, to get a good body to your animal, you're gonna wanna flatten that knife right out. You're gonna wanna flatten that. See, now we have a nice body going on. And we're gonna grab a little bit more and just add the front legs. Feel free to give it as many micro legs as you feel fit, because not every animal is the same. This is what I've found in nature to be called the giant bushy-tailed big deer. Some little some little bushes. And this is what our animal friend is gonna hide behind in case they see something like a car come by. We're gonna give it some berries because I think our little friend needs something to eat. To do that, we're just gonna grab a little bit of our bright red and just tap, 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 tap. Right all on there. Yum, yum. I'd eat those berries.
A firearm.
Is just gather a little bit of that gray and a little bit of that black, because that's... And see, now this is why we wear a smock. And the firearm is down here. It's again, feel free to use the knife for something that's going to be as sharp as a firearm. And just scrape it. Just scrape that to get to basically what you're going to want to do is get a little bit of canvas coming out. And we'll put that down, rest it over here. I'll be grabbing this brush. What we're going to do is just give that, just to make it a little bit more realistic. Here we go. And a little, never forget the hammer. And remember, your painting isn't done until you've given it your signature. Always sign your art because it's always worth signing.
Taking a step back from creating something is an important part of the creative process. So now it's time for some brain food. A delightful mash of peanut butter.
This is the crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably want to get a look at that.
Give me to shoot. We'll share spoons. Give me another scoop. Yeah, double scoop.
I like the thing at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
where you can be like, give me peanut butter, and it mashes all the peanuts.
It gives you peanut butter.
Yeah. More peanut butter for me.
More peanut butter for Zach. Yeah, I would not be lying to you if I said that I didn't do this. Like when I came home from school as a kid. Like, scoop of peanut butter.
See,
Like, huge scoop. Like, one that, stays on there. Yum.
scoop some peanut butter with a knife onto the apple. Hump. Hump. Yummy peanut butter. Because you need that acidic apple to cut through the peanut butter. That's what makes it more pleasant.
Yeah, that does help it make it more pleasant. My favorite part about it is the ingredients list that is dry roasted peanuts and salt.
I love that. That makes me so happy. I'm like, yeah, because
That's peanut butter.
that's
it.
how you make peanut butter. What are you doing? There shouldn't be anything else in there.
Yeah.
Every Friday, between 8 and 10 roughly, we stream video games on our Twitch, which is titled Zack and Aaron.
Wow.
And so you can check that out and follow along, and we're playing cool games. Last week we played, a couple weeks ago we played Animal Crossing. For a lot of them we played Dreams because people can make their own game, and then, so it's like really creative, really original content in there. Or hashtag completely stolen copyrighted content. But it's cool. You may notice that we make tons of these blocks. And Logan cranks one whole block, which is 6 images out every single week. But if you think that you've got what it takes to do a block yourself, and you want to make 6 images in the relative style of how we do it, you should hit us up because we would love to feature you as a guest artist in our guest artist pack.
I am Stephen Ross, and I'll be doing a painting. I'm Bob Ross's son. So Bob is going to do a few rolls for me, and we're going to find out what it is that we are painting today.
Okay, son, let's do a beach today.
What we're going to do here is we're going to start off, it's a beautiful beach. We're going to get some of that white. Just get that white on there, and it's a little bit of a gray sky, I So here we go. We're gonna get some of that on there, and just, you want to just get that paint just right on there. You know, don't let that paint boss you around. Just get it on there. Got a little bit of red in there. That's okay. So here we go. I'm just getting some paint onto my paintbrush. And so if you're following along at home, you could be painting too. And don't worry if your sky doesn't look like my sky. We aren't all the son of a prodigy. Here we go, just getting a little bit more of that paint on there. And then we want to get and mix in some of that phthalo blue. That's great. That's just what we want. And it's okay if yours does look like this because, you know, I've had a teacher. And just make sure that we've got all of that paint just going all the way to the ends so that you can have a happy painting. We got to add a little bit of that beachy kind of business to there. And so we're going to mix, what I did here is I mixed a little bit of that brownish color with the white, and I made my own beach. And we're going to put this beach just anywhere you want. I think mine is just off to the side here. Just off to the side, we've got just a nice little beach coming into the side there. And you want to create a little roll of the paint. Just a little roll. And then just, you know, let that be there and stuff. So you get that to come down this side. And we're just gonna
The audience suggests adding a beach truck.
beach truck. And then stick that in there. We're gonna need this is my beach truck paint. I think this is a flying beach truck. So we're just gonna get that paint down on the canvas. So right now I'm mixing a little bit of that ketchup with the mustard. A little trick that I do is I take the back of this paintbrush and I can just make a little wheel. And it's flying. And what do we know about things that fly? Well, they have zoom lines, so zoom.
Mighty tree.
Now this is the most daunting part of the painting when you put the mighty tree on. Now, I don't find this that daunting because, again, I've been doing this for a while now. And then you want to just start going with your tree. Now, I know you may be thinking, uh-oh. We're gonna mix that in there. We're gonna make a little bit of green, which is yellow and blue. Ooh, I'm a tree. I'm a tree. Okay. And then you can just start adding some branches. Oh, here's my branch. And let them just tell you where they are. Where the branches go. Because anywhere is good in your little painting. There's a branch. Oh, I found it. I found another branch. And maybe this one's a yellow branch. That's a yellow branch. And then we get a little bit, got a red branch here. There's an artist that lives near this beach that paints the branches, maybe. You know?
We want to see some beach party goers.
Some beach party goers. Oops. There's some beach party goers over here. Now, you can see that they're having a little party there. Now, not everybody got invited to the party. This guy didn't get invited. This guy didn't get invited. He's up in the tree. He's the guy painting the trees. Let's give him some paint. That's what he's painting the tree with. every party goer has a little hat. So they've got little hats. And right now you're thinking, wow, this looks a little bit crazy, but just hold on. This is a guy with a guitar right here, and he's like, rock on, rock on, rock on. You know? I think maybe there's some mucky little clouds. And maybe this sky isn't a flying truck. Maybe there's a platform there. If you're following along at home and you haven't quite caught up, don't worry. You can pause, or you can just let it take you where it takes you, because every painting is a good painting. And remember to sign your painting, because every painting is worth a sign. Now this is one of my favorite parts about the painting doing, because I get to take this tape off and we get to see what we've made. If you're following along at home, you can do this too. I'm going to start with this little top. And you find those nice little crisp lines that you made, and it makes all that hard work that you were doing earlier so worth it. Oh. Wow. Wow. Oh man, that's something. You know, if you're asking me, I'd say. All right. And then we're gonna take this piece off, which is connected to this piece. Oop. Oh yes, here we go. And then look at that. Look at that. You know, it's pretty. I like the painting. Now, for all you listeners at home, now just because you may not be Bob Ross's son like I am, doesn't make you any less of an artist, I'd say.
So you know, our Patreon, the Zack Aaron Patreon, is still bustling with a brand new...
little mini episode there.
Yeah, it's actually not mini. It's sometimes longer.
Sometimes longer.
Yeah. But they were like 9 minutes usually. 9-minute episodes. Every single week you get a bonus one where we play a game.
And part of that is you get to ask us a question in the Patreon, and we'll pick the very best one and answer it on the show.
So this week's question was from patron B-Ship. What is something that you're doing now that you're in quarantine that you've not thought of doing before?
Making pasta.
But
I've made pasta once before.
I thought that's what you usually ate at your
That is,
house.
but that's not making pasta. That's sticking made pasta in the water and boiling it. I'm talking about flour, water, oil, salt, mix that, flatten it out, put it through the pasta machine, dry it a little bit, then boil it.
That's really cool.
That's what we're doing, yeah, because they were out of pasta, you know, and so we bought like a big thing of flour, and we're like, we'll just make pasta. It's fine. So that's what me and my sister, that's what we've been doing.
I went on a walk down the street and went to this really cool area, Grassy Pond, that has because all the gyms are closed and all that, but they've got this workout routine along the path. Make sure that you take the time to do a little bit of a video chat with your friends while you're while you're keeping all locked up, because you need that social interaction. We are humans after all.
That's true.
And so it's really good to make sure that you are staying in contact with loved ones and friends and keeping those relationships alive, so that we don't all get wicked depressed.
Yeah, call your grandma.
And tell them about Zack and Aaron. Spread the word.
Not the virus. And now we're going to send y'all off with a little bit of parting words of wisdom. Romance may be electric.
And safety rules still apply, so assess the situation first. thank you so much. We really appreciate everything that you have done for us. A lot of you have subscribed from our Instagram, and thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought of this episode. It is a little bit different than
Yeah.
a lot of our other episodes, so if
Very
you want to
different.
see some other stuff, check out our other videos.
Yeah.
Tell us if you liked what we were doing here. It's a little more experimental, I guess.
Yeah, but it was fun because it was
fun.
very different.
Oh, yeah. I like jazzing it up.
Yeah.
So, share your thoughts, yo.